What's up, everyone? This is EKU Esports with a very, very special stream. If you watch us a lot, we do Rainbow Six Siege on Mondays, but that's the EKU Maroon team. There's another Rainbow Six Siege team, the EKU White team, and they've kind of put themselves out there and said, "Hey, you need to be watching us." So this Tuesday, we are going to be watching the EKU White team, and I will be joined by the legend. Would you say the captain of the overall Rainbow Six Club?
Sure, yes.
So, just in general, what do you know about EKU White?
EKU White, they're placed in a division that's really a lot. I think that they are outranking the competition quite a bit right now. They're 4-0. You know, the ECAC seeded divisions based on rank, and problem with that is you have some teams that are just way more structured than others. And so EKU White's a pretty structured team. We let them do their own thing, but we made sure they had a really good groundwork, and they've come out of the gate really strong with really good structure, good gameplay, and starting out 4-0 in their group. They're currently the only undefeated team in their group.
Undefeated is impressive. And you can't really compare the two teams because, as you said, they're in a lower division than EKU Maroon. But from how we've talked off stream a little bit, I feel like there's a lot of overlap between the teams because you mostly play for Maroon.
Right.
So would you say, like, when y'all practice, you swap out members?
Yeah, so the benefits of having a B team is we have consistent people that can sub for us when we need them. So we've played with B team players a lot in scrims that, B team players might feel a little out of their league sometimes, but it's really good practice for them to get into the division that they're in and perform more comfortably against competition that's supposed to be more their level.
Yeah. I feel like that's really healthy for an esports team like that. It's always having somebody to play with.
Right.
Even if you are on white team and everybody is like, I'm too busy, you can hit up some of your seniors on the varsity Maroon team and get something going. Right. I think that's really cool. And I think you hinted a little bit there, and you kind of said when you introduced them, they're at a higher level than their division.
Right.
Considering their placements right now, considering how well they've been doing.
Right.
It's been very impressive to go undefeated, and it isn't even it just started, teams are just getting rusty, getting into the swing of things. No, that's 4 weeks they have been undefeated, so that's really impressive.
I'm pretty sure their closest map was a 7-3. So none of the teams so far have got more than 3 rounds on them in one map.
Wow. Okay.
Now, the teams that they have played are lower in the division standings right now, and they're playing a 3-1 team this time around.
Yeah.
And get that done, and might be the competition can get a little more closer, hopefully, because they're going to start playing 3-1 teams now next.
Wow. And is that how it's set up, or is that just
no? It was just chance of the round.
Okay.
Robin. Yeah, just so happened.
Yeah.
It seems like they played the weaker teams first, but I mean they stomped them so hard that it appears that they're going to continue to be competitive against these teams that also have good records. And again, they're the only one that hasn't dropped a game yet,
which is just crazy, especially 3 rounds high score on EKU White. Right. Might be starting soon, but while I have you here, I know on the broadcast side of thing, we're always thinking how do playoffs work? How do placements work? We'll go ahead and switch it over to gameplay. We're going to Skyscraper. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but is White already on playoffs? Is that
yeah, at 4-0, I don't think anything could go so wrong that they don't make playoffs.
Right.
You have to make top 4 in your group of 8 to make playoffs.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then playoffs are the top 4 from the two groups in their division.
So
And-
as long as you're doing better than half the teams, you get to move on,
Right.
and it goes into a tournament single elimination.
Right. Yes. And so yeah, they've just about locked their spot up. I don't think there's any way they can lose their top 4 spot at this point. So we will get to see EKU White in the playoffs against other teams that are also doing well in these lower groups that might belong in a bit higher division than where they're placed.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this goes. And so is FaZe in chat saying Infecto Man is going to drop at 20 this game. Maybe a little inside joke.
Infecto Man is crazy.
Oh, the Montaigne ban. How do you feel about that as a Montaigne player?
Yeah, so we've got Doke Monty so far for Skyscraper. Doke on Skyscraper's kind of interesting. Skyscraper's a lot more of a concentrated map. But the Montaigne ban is definitely strong. Montaigne's really great at Sky because being a concentrated map, you have power positions that have to be cleared. And Montaigne is the optimal operator to clear these power positions out fast. And a lot of teams crutch him. So UPRM choosing to ban the Montaigne is certainly going to affect EKU White if they were planning on doing that to get some of these positions nested out. Also, Fenrir is quite a strong ban as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because again, we talk about, I said it's a concentrated map. So Fenrir being able to hold these choke points and blind people walking through choke points, going to be really strong. Mirror ban pretty standard. That's just kind of a comfort ban, I believe.
Yeah. I feel like Dokkaebi, I've always said I'm more of a casual Siege player. I don't think I've ever hit anything higher than plat. But when I see a Dokkaebi ban, I just think they don't want to deal with her.
Yeah.
It's not that she's that strong of an operator. They just don't want the annoyance.
Yeah, Dokkaebi's definitely annoying. She's really, really strong for clearing out roams quickly. So EKU choosing to do that might hint that they're looking to extend a little more because Dokkaebi just kind of eliminates the need to constantly have an active drone somewhere when you can play off of that sound to engage with whoever you're trying to clear. And you can see that
I see.
UPRM kind of adjusting for that, bringing the Jackal, which not directly the same idea, is a similar concept for trying to clear out room, identify spots, except this time it's not sound, it's visuals when you try
Oh,
to
yeah. Jackal, the king of low lobby bans. Going through my copper lobbies, I remember always banning that Jackal. I've always assumed that the operator is not that big of a deal in higher ranks. I don't know if there has been any changes to his kit, but
usually there's stronger roam clear operators, but again, UPRM wanting to do that roam clear, they might have been wanting to do Doke there. And with the Doke ban, they might have flexed over to the Jackal. And as you can see, it's a little bit of an extension here using Castle to sort of fortify these extended positions. It's not heavy, but they're certainly extending a little bit. K-Bomb and Drum there to hold the Geisha window jumping.
yeah, looks like Yugo Rave's in a little precarious angle. About to have almost 3 players kind of contesting there. Might get caught in a cross angle.
So EKU definitely brought the Tuberau to hold some of these walls longer, but it looks like they stationed them on the other side of the map, kind of expecting a more cross clear. But getting Geisha wall fast paid off because the Tuberau is not in position to trick that, so they have Geisha wall open pretty quick here.
I'm not too familiar with Tuberau. I know they're not that new, but I don't think they were in that good spot in the meta to where I saw them very much. K-Bomb getting a kill, very nice.
So it looks like are getting a little engagement on the other side with the Kiwi finding somebody outside of Samurai. So they might end up adjusting this to a cross clear. Looks like they just have one guy Geisha Balk and a couple people other side.
Flash is going out. Little 1v1 with Yugo here.
Bomb located by attackers.
I believe this is the bug. Oh, shots fired.
Yeah, K-Bomb finds another one, and now EKU's in a great position to win this round. You got 5 people up. You kind of just need to bunker now and play trades. You have main advantage like this.
Yeah, this lead is huge. Throwing it away with taking a lot of damage there could be detrimental to the round, especially as they only have a minute left on the timer. And I don't think UPRM is anywhere close to bomb sites, really. Still a lot of defenses to get through.
No, it looks like they got one guy in Geisha, and the other two are clearing across. So they're gonna have to start applying pressure pretty quick here to root 4 defenders out of these positions. 30 seconds left.
Watching Infecto Man right now. See if he starts on that 20 kill. And he gets one. Only 19 more to go.
Yep. So again, now the attackers are split up. We got one Geisha, one on opposite side.
Infecto Man gets a double, and now it's a 3v1.
Yep, they just get picked apart. Skyscraper, when you go down to these man disadvantages on attack, it gets really hard because you have these strong power positions on defense that you can lock down. And as you saw, like once EKU got that man advantage, they kind of just played power positions and were able to trade their way down to a pretty easy round.
Yeah, I could tell that they were really like snaking in and out of cover there, especially when that one player dropped 50 HP. They realized that they were about to lose position, so they just went farther back into Geisha. And
Attackers need to locate.
yeah, that was just really well played overall. I definitely see how being more passive like that won them the round.
Also, it's good to keep in mind that Skyscraper is an extremely defender-sided map, so getting these defenses is essential. Seeing a 4-2 or even a 5-1 defense split is perfectly normal for Skyscraper. What's really going to make a difference for EKU is what they're able to get done once they get to attack. But right now, it's more just getting insurance on these defenses, getting them in. And we saw the T defense working on raid, and now they're jumping over to office.
So we saw second floor last round, right? Is this the second floor bomb? There's no others?
Right. You have the two second floor bomb sites. First they got T, now they're over in office. Usually the first floor bomb sites are a little lower preference for teams. But we might get to see those if EKU keep winning these top floor sites.
K-bomb holding down first floor on their lonesome. It looks like UPRM is probably going to take it slower this round and split up a lot more. They had a lot of their players going into that Geisha room.
Yeah, it looks like that they're bringing the Thatcher Therm. With Therm only for this, they're going to have to concentrate their attack here. And it looks like that they're getting the VIP wall there. Oh, they're hard British Geisha, so that's good. They will have some pressure. It looks like Kiwi decides to fall back on Geisha getting up and up there.
And this is the same angle as we saw last round. It's always, I think we've talked before on our streams about how if something works, don't be afraid to try it again. But also goes the other way around. If you lost in a play, it might not be a good idea to do the same exact thing. So we'll just have to see how this plays out. Half the time is almost up. Oh, Ayana is the best of Kiwi here.
Yeah, it looks like they had a guy set up to hold his cross out, but he missed his shots, and now Kiwi gets to run out and waste even more time. Looks like instead of trying to get back toward the site, though, he's going to stay on the lurk over here. As Hugo gets dropped on site, though.
Since they are on defense, a 4v5 is not that bad, especially now that Kiwi ties it up with 44. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, and now they're going to have to keep worrying about Kiwi. You can see a couple attackers posted up waiting for him. They're just wasting more and more time. And now is the right time. Kiwi comes back now after he gets the pick. Great use on the roam there for value. And he kind of is going to get to retake Hugo's spot on site.
Yeah, he's holding on stairs there. And there's not many other ways to get up the second floor besides going outside, which hasn't been really working that well from what I can see. So we have a very good lockdown defense here. Infecto Man climbing the ranks. Let's see if the prophecy comes true.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Kiwi grabs another. Infecto Man again might be on the 5 kill now.
Yeah, K-Bomb's still lurking below here. He's got the C4 for the post plant, so even if everything goes wrong up top, he's going to get to C4 this planter, but I'm not sure he's going to even get to that point.
Yeah, 6, 5, 4, running out of time.
5 seconds left.
Without diffuser, can't extend it. Does take one down with him though.
Yeah, Kiwi gets his revenge though when he hits the goo needle after getting the pick. from Kiwi.
I did not realize that. Wow. We didn't really get to see some of the kills in that round. What do you think might have went wrong for UPRM there?
Looks like time was really a major factor. They did get the pick early on the side player, but they had everybody else positioned on the other side. And really the game changer there was Kiwi wasting time. He didn't get picked on that rotate back, and so that allowed him to drop and come back up black stairs for another chance to disrupt the attack. And that's just so much time that EKU got to waste on the attack, which was all about cross clear there. And wasting all that time, it just came again down to the defenders holding a position, holding a choke point, and just farming the remaining attackers.
Yeah, they're doing a really great job of stalling. I feel like even watching Maroon, I haven't got to see many of their streams this semester, but I know from last semester, Maroon was always on it for stalling on defense. And that is just how the game of Rainbow Six Siege can be played.
10 seconds to insert.
Completely
10 seconds to
fair
insertion.
to just play the timer, because that is your advantage when you're on defense.
Right. In a way, you have a 6v5 when you're on defense, because not only do you have 5 players up, but you have another factor that works against the attack and
Right.
time. And being able to utilize that and get as much value from time as you can is huge. So now we're going to see EKU jump over to the kitchen defense with a little bit of a vertical hold here.
It looks like we have 2 players on the first floor. Oh, I see. So 3 upstairs, 2 on the first floor with bomb. Interesting.
Yeah, it looks like Kiwi's kind of hanging around the wave stair position there so that he can kind of help up, but he can also facilitate this restaurant area.
Oh, wow.
And then all Yugo has to do is kind of just hold down side. They're kind of forcing this attack to clear up top.
Unfortunately, Yugo rate goes down, but as we have talked about, still fairly even considering on defense.
Have some time.
But let's see how this works out for EKU, because I don't know if Bandit was down the stairs or not, but they don't have many people defending bombs.
Right, Yugo was their anchor player down there on site. He got picked. If UPRM had a better read on that, they could have probably flooded the site there. EKU does have some vertical angles, but it looks like Kiwi gets aggressive, gets another pick on a restaurant player.
Ooh, gets punished for it.
Yeah, random fish with a double there.
Now it's a 4v1 Serpent.
Attackers recovered the bomb.
Only hope is to play around diffuser in this 1v4.
Yeah, Attack has done a great job of isolating Serpent off site here. They should be able to get this read and go for the plan here.
I don't think they have any intel on where Serpent is yet.
Maybe not. They know he's off site. They think he might be upstairs. You can see players holding these staircase walk downs.
Attackers activating.
And this is almost a lost cause here. Looks like Serpent's just going to go for a pick on the vertical player.
Oh. Swaps the shoddy, let's see. Does get the kill, but time is ticking. What is the exact time for when he cannot defuse?
7 seconds.
7 seconds. Fast kill. Takes down 2. That is still impressive with the 1v4.
Yeah, good effort. But UPRM did do a good job of setting up post plant there. They had a guy outside kitchen playing passively in case things did go wrong on the players that were inside.
Right. If the timer is the advantage for defense, diffuser is the advantage for offense.
Right.
For sure. They did a great job of just setting that up and going for that kind of play instead of kind of trying to force pushing in on second floor in those other first 2 rounds.
Attackers need to
Kiwi overtakes Infecto Man as MVP currently. Vectorman on their way to the 20 kill. 16 to go. See how that turns out.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start getting a little more kills per round to make that catch up. At a maximum of 15 rounds. He's got 4 though, so he's on pace, but not sure if our profit is gonna hit on that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see. 4-1 is an excellent start though. As EKU jump back to another T defense, they won this last time. It looks like about the same setup. What I kind of want to see out of EKU though is they saw that Geisha Wall got hit first and fast, so I wonder if they'll rotate Kiwi to ice the Geisha Wall with Tuberau and stall that Geisha push a little more.
Yeah, I don't think we. Yeah, we do have an operator change. Bandit to Smoke, which I don't know if Bandit was helping out in those previous rounds that much. So maybe smart play, or it's hard to tell because when you go out early, you can't really blame it on your operator. You don't know whether the switch will be that much more of an advantage for your next life. We will see.
Yeah, it does look like that we have Thatcher and Ace and Buck all over on the Geisha balcony, so they're probably going to get that Geisha Wall quick here. In fact, I think they already have it open. So EKU not rotating the Tuberau back to help with the Geisha Wall.
Yeah, it's probably just going to be a storm of... Yeah. Never mind.
If he can still work picks, you get value. So Kiwi finds a kill on the VIP walk-in. It looks like he's tubbing icing the office wall here to stall on this cross clear now. So we might get value out of the Tuberau after all.
As I was saying earlier in the match, Tuberau, not too familiar with them, and now I remember they're kind of like a pseudo bandit. Ooh, K-Ball might get sawed out. Yep, from the left. Doesn't even care.
Looks like they pushed into Geisha, cleared Yugo.
Ooh, ego challenge does not work out. Jaguar with double kill.
Yeah, now it's kind of desperation for EKU as UPRM has got Geisha control. They've got their cross control setting up.
Serpent trying to tie it back up. Looks like the A site is getting looked at quite a bit. So kind of need Kiwi to get up there fast if they're going to try and play timer here.
It looks like they're trying to split these choke points. They've got Kiwi holding the drum choke point, and Serpent is probably going to hold that gold choke point, which is the two ways that the attack has to enter besides Geisha. And as you can see, they've slipped the buck into Geisha. Now, this guy could disrupt EKU's positions here if they don't know.
Kiwi should be able to get some intel soon. I think they're listening for the buck. Oh, missed the first shot. Now they know their location. Doesn't have eyes on anybody yet. Yeah, that power position couldn't do much with it.
Very unfortunate for Kiwi. It looked like he kept looking at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
He had a couple opportunities there, but just didn't have the timing. He got picked, got worked. Good round from UPRM.
Yeah, it's always fair to remind anyone watching that what we see is very different from what a Siege player sees. If these are their eyes and ears and go off of very slight audio cues. You think you might just hear the wind, but it's actually the entire team above you.
Yeah. Now EKU facing 2 drop defenses and only 4 rounds in. Still manageable, but they're really going to want to get these last 2 defenses to maintain control of Skyscraper here because it's really hard to win attacks. And EKU will be in for it on their attacks if they don't clean up these last couple rounds on their defense. But they are back to Office. They did win Office pretty easily last time. So looking like a very similar setup here to run the same thing and hopefully get the same result.
In my inexperience, I'm quick to say that it may be greed that is losing EKU some of these picks, especially watching that ego challenge from the last round. May just be my inexperienced eyes, but I feel like we're missing that patience from the first couple rounds.
I will say EKU, when he made that play, he was down a man, and sometimes when you're down a man, you have to get aggressive. It looks like K-Bomb's lurk here in closet below, which he did nothing the last round he was here, although
might
it was
get
an
another.
insurance. Yeah, it works out for him this time.
They run out, but they were definitely thinking about it. Just giving another kill for K-Bomb.
Yeah, so now Buck losing the Buck here, that was their... Looks like they have hard breach charges on Zofia as well, so they will still have a little bit of hard breach flexibility besides just the thermite. It looks like EKU are playing with a little more patience this time, but Kiwi picked up this round.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of fights here, but not much is connecting. Ash is at 50 HP at least, so do have a little bit of a health advantage.
Yeah, Kiwi's roam on that last round really got a lot of value, but he got picked pretty quickly here, so going to be a little more pressure on the rest of EKU to pick up this round and maintain it. We're not even halfway through the round yet.
Ooh. Bomb is getting looked at from both sides right now. It may be time for our roamers to get back towards side and maybe like get some pinches. Because it's about to go down. In the next 30 seconds. Yeah, Infecto Man.
Getting pinched out here, yeah. Gonna have to work a pick.
Just got up those cross angles, pincer maneuver. Pretty unfortunate.
Now K-Bomb opts to go for a longer rotate here to maybe hit a flank late on the attack from behind. This could work out for him.
I think they have incel on at least one of the attackers, so this could work out in the ends, but it is imperative that we do not go down.
Yeah,
You take a trade.
K-Bomb does get the pick, but we're getting pressed on sight.
Now it's all up to you, Gabe. Oh. Unfortunate shots.
Yeah, it looks like EKU's roam didn't work out as well that round, and some of the anchors on site gave up some picks. Great job again from UPRM though to adjust to that roam and to apply pressure on the site players and work those picks, making EKU uncomfortable on site.
We're approaching switching sides, right? Is that next round or the one after?
Yeah, this will be the last round of defense for EKU. They're down 2-3. Looks like they're gonna jump back to T, which they're 1-1 on so far.
Attackers need to
Looks like
locate
the
as many bombs as they
Roomba
can.
operator might be coming out on UPRM. That's always fun to see, although I don't know, I feel like they're not that viable, but at the same time, I feel like you make anybody really work in Siege.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Yeah, not many other switches on EKU side.
10 seconds
And
to go.
yeah, it looks like they're switching out back to A, so
5 seconds left. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Yeah, the RAM on especially on a second floor site like this is just not going to be very useful. They might have thought that EKU were going to go back to the first floor and bring the RAM for destruction, but they drone the site out, flip back to their T attack here, which is probably going to involve Geisha as we've seen so far every round. And
I see. So she's more like a second floor counter.
yeah, RAM gets a lot of vert pressure. You can throw those drones to rip the floor apart, get a lot of easy vertical openings to pressure. It looks like they're going a little faster. UPRM on the opposite side this time on Kiwi.
Yeah,
Because he's played this spot every time, and they're going to know that he's playing here and try to clear him quick.
Yeah, they're definitely grouped up more than the previous rounds. Definitely moving faster. Already inside. Yeah, that was Peeker's advantage. Pretty good. Not really pixel angle, but I feel like they had a better leverage in that gunfight. Unfortunate for K-Bomb.
Yeah, EKU have run the same defense here, played the same positions each time. Another pick given up on the Geisha there. They're just getting red quite easily now since they've done the same thing. Yeah, UPRM doing a great job of clearing these positions quick.
Yeah, I mean, Siege, there's power in numbers for sure. And it just seems like everybody's playing their own, and then no one has a buddy to help them out for when they get pinned. Serpent taking it back though. See if we get a clip out of this. Gonna get shot in the back, potentially. Gets another.
Yeah, Serpent with 2 now. The bomb's gonna go down. That's gonna make it a lot harder for him. He might have to jump on this Yana here.
Yeah. Oh, missed the first shot, gets the second.
1v2 now, but we've seen UPRM, they're pretty good at setting up these post plants to play pretty safe, maintain this bomb. Serpent's gonna have to do a lot of hero work here to make this happen.
Defenders have located the diffuser.
And 7 seconds is the golden rule. Fakes it out for the defuse. Serpent putting in the work. At the defuse now, close. Oh, goes for the defuse instead of the style. Still doesn't quite get it. Does get it, wow.
He does kill every player, but just barely runs out of time.
That is so unfortunate.
Really great effort from Serpent.
Yeah. If that first shotgun shot downs, then they would have had enough time. It was right at 7 seconds. But that moment of hesitation was just enough to lose the round. But still a great 1v5 from Serpent. That puts them all the way at the top of the board compared to every player in the lobby. So hopefully we keep this momentum on attacking. I know you said it's kind of lopsided to be more advantageous for defense on this map, but it really depends on how they play.
Yeah,
I
EKU
feel like.
could come out of the gate here on attack. They've got the blitz. Looks like they're wanting to set the pace. I mean, you're never out of it until you lose 7 rounds. And EKU 2-4 defense, not ideal, but as long as they set the pace on attack here, they could definitely bring this one back.
I feel like EKU White probably prefers attacking, just from what gameplay I've seen. They never back down from a challenging an angle. So yeah, this might work out, especially if UPRM isn't very familiar with defense on this map.
Well, it looks like UPRM are going to go for an aggressive run out here. They have the Geisha wall impacted open to start. What they're going to do, they're going to wait for a player to repel Geisha Balk, just swing out, catch him off guard. They're also trying to set the pace here.
Wow.
Looks like Infectoman's the one there.
Yeah, that's some scary stuff right there.
Yeah, it didn't work out. Looks like EKU got the read on it. Didn't let him get the shot off. So I'm curious what EKU are going to try to do here with the blitz. Again, to set the pace on attack. And like you said, they were playing really aggressive on defense. And that this meta, with how strong shields are, it's going to really benefit them to play the shield aggressively. Looks like he's already in on the first floor. Might go for something fast black side here.
I mean, it's looking pretty good for an attacking round. They know where side is. They pretty much have a clear shot to push it if they get something like that. Just a free kill for K-Bomb. Could be, yeah, this could be all EKU needs.
Yeah, they cleared that lurker they identified down there, and now they kind of have to go.
This Osu shield, nasty. Just free picks.
Kiwi getting dropped on the Karaoke Republic. K-Bomb getting another pick downstairs. This is huge. They've got command of this round. If they go ahead and aggress here, they can work these side players fast.
Just another free kill. It seems like UPRM is just very overwhelmed with all the different angles EKU is kicking out. Blitz shield putting in the work. Gonna get Serpent all the way into bomb so they can almost plant, but wow, just a great read from Serpent there. Just getting that momentum from that last round.
Yeah, we can see EKU's aggression paying off so far in this round. We do have a 2v1 post plant with K-Bomb being down. We got Yugo up with the gun holding the hallway cross. And of course, Serpent inside with that blitz he's been able to make work well so far.
Shots going out. As long as the Frost gets pinned, there's nothing to worry about from EKU. There's no need for any aggression here with only 20 seconds left to stall. And really only 10 seconds because once it hits 7, there's no hope in defusing. So looking like a good round win for EKU.
Yeah, this round's over. Frost took too much time. That might be killing him.
Wow.
Not quite, but Serpent still alive inside. Time on 0. Good round from EKU. Great aggression there with the shields and jumping in the first floor quick to take care of that lurk. They made it work. And good entry into attack for EKU to set the pace here with the aggression.
Serpent now with 10 kills. Kind of thwarting the prophecy here. It's very impressive. I definitely feel like a lot of momentum is being built up from EKU here. Just going to keep rolling with the aggression. As soon as I got that good pick, I feel like the rest of the team got the confidence boost to just really start swinging. And it worked out great for them. Everybody played with each other very well. Nobody was like trying to solo, going for crazy plays. I think we had 3 players buddied up, going for beta bomb that last round.
Yeah, very concentrated push working out well. The shields from KU. Now they're going to have to attack office. Looks like they're going to opt for the blitz again. Curious what their blitz play will be here. We saw him last round come up black stairs after entering the first floor.
5 seconds remain. 5
Be interesting to
seconds
see
remaining.
how they pull off the office blitz.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to me UPRM isn't really changing a whole lot here into their second defense round, so. Which is kind of fair, because I feel like it just came down to gunfights last round, but.
They did flip the site over to the opposite side of the second floor, so looks like EKU stacked on this black balcony. They're going to want to clear opposite over. So they're entering the same place they entered last time, but this time they'll have to clear across the top floor to reach the site.
My air job is to
Yeah, this could cost them a lot of time in the long run, but at least we are into the building, not getting stalled that much currently. Not any roamers really. I think only 1 roamer on second floor.
Yeah, UPRM are heavy bunkered over on site with 1 lurker below and bar. EKU, they're air jabbing the stairs off to take care of that drone presence from flanking one of those staircases. So EKU, looks like their whole thing revolves around facilitating this roam and K-bomb looking to pick from the garden window.
I appreciate how Serpent here is taking their time. Just pre-deployed the breach. I don't think they have set it off yet.
Interesting use of the 0 cams from Hugo here to get some intel ahead of the shield player. With the blitz that
Attackers
might
bomb
be a little
diffuser has
helpful.
been dropped.
And
Attackers recovered the
EKU honestly have about all the control they need to start talking about how they want to execute on the site.
Yeah, it really seems like they're in advantage state and to just kind of go for it, but also appreciate how they're still taking it pretty slow, making sure they get all the gadgets off before they make their push. That Infecto Man drop is a little rough, especially as they only have 45 seconds left.
Yeah, I'd say the big gap in EKU's approach here is that I don't believe they opened up any of the walls on site on the exterior. So defenders will be able to move around on the site here.
Attackers have dropped the bomb
Ooh.
diffuser.
Even players here. Kiwi looking a little rough on HP though. Hugo Rave brings them back into the advantage. And then Kiwi gets dropped.
15 seconds left.
Looking at a nasty 2v1. K-bomb the clutch. They're right on bomb. They don't have diffuser either, but it looks like they will be getting a kill out of this at least.
Yeah, remember the Valkyrie that UPRM had stationed on the first floor? Should have been air jabbed out, but it looks like they were able to find their way upstairs somehow and hit that light flank and got 2 picks off of that. That was kind of a critical part of UPRM bringing that round back.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate with how close these rounds are. It just really comes down to like individual plays. I know I said how important it is to buddy up in games like these, but at the same time, when it gets closer to that time running out and you do start dipping into disadvantage, you got to do something. So always got to appreciate how a single player can turn the tide for the entire round. But overall, I feel like EKU is just maybe a little too slow on the attack. I don't know. It seemed like they just let the timer get out of hands at the very end.
They got the control they wanted quick, but it seemed like they stalled on their execute, and also not having those exterior walls open to pressure the site from the balconies there really cost them for having a strong execute. So they had that weaker execute, and the Valkyrie again hitting that late flank really just was the nail in the coffin to seal that down for EKU. But now we're gonna see UPRM bring it back to T, which we saw EKU work this really good black side play with the shields. I wonder if they'll try to do the same thing here. You gotta remember, UPRM have been good at identifying how EKU plays this. We might see them prepare a little better for this black side approach.
Looks like UPRM is at EKU's favorite spot to push in on these stairs. Gonna see some early fights, perhaps.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Ooh, almost got caught out there. Yeah, this does not seem to be that great a position to push for, but oh, too hesitant on the trigger. Almost got that kill.
Using the nades really well, they should get this pick.
Unfortunate.
They've got this guy.
Oh,
Here. He gets one with the revolver. EKU has to do a better job maintaining this guy.
oh,
Wow.
that was really well played from UPRM. That doc just really punishing us for trying to play off that shield. That position just wasn't really working out. Probably needed to just regroup, reset. Paying the price for it, but yeah, very unfortunate round.
Got a one tap with the revolver for the kill cam.
Let's see. Wow. Yeah, Doc kind of popped off that round, or the argument could have been made that Doc was allowed to pop off that round.
He was definitely allowed to, but at the end of the day, he made the plays that were
Yeah.
necessary to stay alive there and to win the round for his team. So really great plays from Doc. EKU mismanaging the guy that they had pinched on black stairs, and they let him walk right over them.
Yeah, EKU's gonna have to bring it back for three round wins in a row to get it to overtime. So
And
They can do it.
Too, be quite difficult for Skyscraper.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Interesting site choice here from EPRM. You don't see Master quite as often as Kitchen. We saw EKU preferred Kitchen for their third site, and UPRM switching it up, going Master. This could catch EKU off guard if they haven't practiced a lot of these Master attacks. So it'd be interesting to see how they decide to approach Master bomb site here.
it seems Hugo Rave is conflicted on either Capitao or Thatcher.
10 seconds to insertion.
Maybe Zero again. And we do have Ram from Kiwi, so we might actually get to see the killer Roomba in action. Just for the memes.
Defuse a bomb.
Or maybe it will be enough to turn the tide on this match. We shall find out.
Yeah, UPRM with a lot of utility, electronic utility on site. Most likely they have the Maestro and the Melusi. Would have liked to have seen a Brava pick come out from EKU to adapt to this operator choice. Because if you can nullify two of the defenders' utilities and give you a lot of advantage for the round. But EKU seems set on what they want to do. They bring both the buck and the ram for some vertical play, indicating they really want vertical control.
Yeah, I would hate to say it like this, but it seems to simply be a bit of stubbornness on EKU's part to try and do the same plays multiple rounds in a row. But luckily we did get through onto stairs and don't seem to be contested yet. Ram took a little bit of damage, but so did Legion and I believe that is Maestro.
Right, and EKU, again, sometimes if you're super comfortable on your approach, you don't necessarily have to adapt to everything the defense does. We've seen EKU want to enter this from the black side of the map every time, but it looks like Kiwi gets picked on the approach to clear this cross clear here, which, again, if you remember the office round, this is where EKU got hung up before, is finalizing these players on the office side, and this time not only do they have to do that, they have to attack the bottom floor too.
Infecto Man goes down, but is not out of the fight yet. And it seems like Serpent will drop before them. It would be huge if we could get Infecto Man back up, but
I've at the ready.
I don't know if that's gonna happen. Yuga Rave evening the playing field just a little bit. Still gonna have to overextend or something to bring this round back. Infecto Man is back on his feet again, so 3v4, not the worst. 2v4,
This smoke,
worse.
unknown to EKU, that he was lurking their drum side. He gets a pick, does get traded. 2v3, somewhat manageable if it wasn't for the time factor. 30 seconds left. EKU will have to go for some hero plays here on the site if they want to win this round and save the map.
Yeah, they really need to be playing together here. Seems like we're gonna drone it out a little bit, but I don't think we have time for that. At least we have the fuser, so if we make a play soon and maybe get Legion.
Attackers drop the diffuser. Attackers have
Unfortunately,
recovered the
Legion
diffuser.
wipes both, and EKU loses this match.
Yeah, those attacks there from EKU, they really wanted to enter black side of the map fast. It seemed to work out, but beyond that, they seemed to get hung up by UPRM's defense, and it caused them multiple rounds there. Great defenses from UPRM and adjustments from UPRM on their attacks to what EKU was doing on defense.
Yeah, that was very well played from them. A little peek at the scoreboard. You saw a lot of 10 kills on both sides, really. That 1v5 from Serpent might be a little clip worthy, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of highlights to that match, and it just kind of came down to I feel like stubbornness is a little mean-spirited, so I think I'd rather say that we overextended a little too much. I don't know.
Yeah, defense being so position-based, we saw from EKU, they had the same positions, and it worked out the first two defenses that they had. Their positions were working well, but when they didn't change what they did at all, and everything they did was based on those positions, UPRM did a great job of recalling, hey, these guys played here the last time around. That's like, we know exactly where they're going to be at. Let's work them faster this time. And they did just that. And yeah, nothing changed from EKU to stop what UPRM was favoring for attack.
Right. It really did feel like a game of adaptation, and UPRM was just, we would see one round where EKU would do something good, and the next round they were right there ready to punish them for that. And they got some pretty good punishes, and I feel like that kind of dampened EKU White's spirits a little bit, but as we said at the start of the stream, they're going undefeated in this league with a 4-0 3 rounds against them. So this is definitely their scariest matchup.
Right.
And the thing about esports is a lot of it is a mental game. So how do you think EKU will be able to reset their mental with this match loss?
They should. I know the B team guys pretty well, and they usually seem to be in pretty good spirits regardless of what they're what's going on.
Right.
So yeah, I think if you maintain spirits, and you stay dialed in. I mean, at the end of the day, like there's no momentum in Siege. Any momentum in Siege is all mental on yourself. If you can overcome that, keep the vibes positive, keep spirits high. It doesn't matter how one map might go. It doesn't matter how one round might go. Every round is a new round.
Yeah, that's a top level mentality right there.
Yeah.
As my experience in Siege, I can either go one round feeling like I am God tier at this game. I have got more kills in my entire career in this one round. I'm gonna do great. And then another round will come by where you just get shot in the back, or you just get one tapped, and you're just like, I feel absolutely useless in this game. But having that mentality of knowing that it's just one round and that does not define your entire career is very important, and I agree. And my hopes that EKU White will not let it phase them whatsoever.
Yeah.
Is there any other things you saw that was like definitely going to need to be changed for match 2, or?
I think EKU, we saw EKU's game plans were good, right? Like the initial times that they did their strats, like they worked. Like they won that first T defense, they won that first office defense, they won their first T attack, which is great for sky attacks. What all I want to see more is adapting to what UPRM are doing, because we saw UPRM adapt to what EKU preferred to do on defense. We saw them ready for those positions. They had obviously talked about how they're going to clear it faster the second time, and just a little more adaptation from EKU, because they have a great foundation on what they want to do, but you can't do the exact same thing every time without thinking about how can we counter the attack.
Yeah, I really feel like that was just the biggest detriment for why we lost that match. Just watching them go back to staircase 3 times in a row was definitely the biggest takeaway. But going into Night Haven, which is a map that I don't have the best knowledge of, because it kind of recently has gotten into the ranked rotation, and that may have been a year ago for all I know. I'm not that savvy on Siege updates, but this is one of the newer ranked maps, so I don't know it as well.
Yeah, at this point, a lot of comp teams have it figured out, but it is kind of a fresher map, and I wouldn't say that it's been solved. Like there's some of the competitive maps that have really kind of been solved. There's just a few optimal ways to play all the time. But what's interesting about labs is there's a lot of different things that you can do. It's also a little bit of like a wider map, bigger map. So roaming is pretty big on labs, especially for the bottom site and the first 4 sites. So just a lot of factors, and EKU again with the Doke ban plays into that roam game. I want to see some heavy roams from EKU if they're going to plan to clear the Doke here off the board.
Yeah, same bans from last game, which is I don't know. I mean, I think we kind of made the assumption that these were comfort bans, so maybe it doesn't matter that we're on a different map. I don't know if that really changes. Dokkaebi doesn't really matter with the maps, I wouldn't think. So
Right.
maybe the Mira.
Mira can be map dependent, but it's also a really strong ban, especially on labs here. Mira turns the top 4 command site a much easier site to defend with the Miras, so that Mira is very much geared toward this map. Mira also on Skyscraper had some good uses, but definitely on this map, yeah, I believe seeing the same bans both times, it looks like this might just be like EKU probably prefer to practice without those operators on the board, and so that's what they're comfortable with. And again, it goes back to EKU probably have a strong game plan, but the big question is, can they adapt to what UPRM want to do? We're going to see some more attacks here from EKU, and especially on labs, we're going to see a test of EKU's adaptation.
Yeah, I saw the Ace and the Thermite, so we might be seeing some faster breaches. Yeah, this
Attackers
map,
have discovered the location of a bomb.
I don't know if this is going to be embarrassing to admit or not. This kind of gives me Canal vibes. I know they probably play a lot differently, but it just kind of looks like Canal.
Sure, you have some similarities. Like IT is kind of like the box and
10
Canal
seconds left before
top
insertion.
floor. Yeah, there's lots of similarities
5
on
seconds
different
remaining.
parts of the map to others too. Like you've got the garage rafters here, which can be kind of like
Attackers are heading out
clubhouse
to
placed
defuse a bomb.
similarly. You'll see
Right.
a zombie up there a lot, which interesting that zombie's not banned and EPRM's not playing the zombie and rafters here, opting rather maybe frost.
That is odd because ever since Zombies been out, they've either been banned or they've either been played in a lot of the matches that I've watched and played.
Yeah, zombie's just so strong in the meta right now.
Just such a creative ability. You can do so much with the goo. And as you said, this map hasn't been fully solved, so really will put the team's creativity to the test, having to come up with ways to play around.
Yeah, there's a few different things you can do. Infecto getting a pick on Jaguar, maybe on the site
Ooh.
connector. We saw
From our perspective, that looked good.
Hugo Thermite open up connector fast here, and it really seems like UPRM has surrendered this connector side of the map really quick to EKU. EKU with a lot of control over here. A lot of quick pressure. If they can get this IT wall open as well, they can go for an execute here.
The double flash. This may be, yeah, the sign of a fast push. Getting the thermite breach out. Gonna be able to get through this hard breach and into sight, hopefully.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Hugo getting picked up. See, the only problem right now is they're very one-dimensional, right? They have the breach open and then they have the electrical door. That's the only two lanes that they can go right now without an IT breach, without a Raptors presence. They're gonna have to funnel into choke points here, which, unless they can win some gunfights, this might not look good for them.
Yeah, especially with Ace on such low health, and now Kiwi.
But Kiwi getting in Raptors to apply that second layer. Gets immediately refragged, but he did create an opening on the site, perhaps, for the rest of EKU.
Yeah, they started losing their HP, but they did something with it by getting that trade, so not really that big of a loss. Serpent trying to do something with 6 HP to their name.
Yeah, it looks like K-Bomb fired off the plant spot too.
Ooh, great diffuser play.
And now smoking the plant spot once the fire cleared. They're gonna get this bomb down. Great management of these other guys on site from EKU while the bomb goes down.
The prone works out
My device.
for UPRM. That's pretty commendable there. But yeah, time is ticking. Infecto Man is at 1 shot, but
Defenders have located the diffuser.
yeah, I think they have pretty good angles on diffuser. Shouldn't be that big of an issue.
Yeah, this is what I wanted. Well,
Ooh, yeah, it's getting close.
got the comment on his passiveness being smart there. Then he swings out and gets picked, but K-Bomb should be able to facilitate this. Remember, 7 is the mark.
Yeah.
And there it is. That'll be the round for EKU.
Yeah, they kind of just threw that out there. I didn't think this was a very good defensive angle on diffuser, but according to the bird's eye, it may have been straight on it.
Yeah, he was disconnected, but they could have had info on the bomb, and he probably had sound.
Yeah.
Probably just gonna listen for those diffuser ticks and swing when he knows that the defender is sticking. The defender ultimately decided to swing, but couldn't find the tick in time.
Yeah.
Great attack from EKU with the fast connector control, and Kiwi slipping in to rafters there to sort of be that X factor on the execute. Going 1 for 1, but they created an opening for EKU to slip in, which is, like I was saying, about that second dimension of an attack being huge for this
Attackers
map.
need to locate and defuse
Yeah,
as many
this team
bombs as they
plays the
can.
best when they go for like a unified goal and they get that playbook out. They do well trying to go gung ho, but we saw in that last match some of the angles they contested didn't quite work out, but we can already tell in round 1 of this match that they know they're gonna do, and they're
Located a bomb.
doing a great job of getting those adaptations and following through on a plan.
Yeah, and we actually do see an adaptation here from EKU with Kiwi swapping from Brava to Cali, who's going to be a little more consistent on being able to clear these, this wall denial off the wall. However, Cade, you can slip those claws to where they're out of range from Cali, so they're going to have to be careful about this Cali charge placement. They're going to go for Cali over the Thatcher, which is banned, which could have messed EKU up just a little bit here on thinking about how they want to deal with as well.
I feel like Cali is one of the more rare operators, at least since from when I last played. Ooh, Tubarao denied. I believe that was Tubarao.
I think it was the Cade tricking the
Oh,
wall.
it was
He
a Cade trick. Okay.
cycling his Cade claws there, and he got the wall open. There's not much you can do. You can Cade trick it off of Cali pretty easily. So you might not be able to get that IT wall open.
I had a friend from high school that mained Cade, and we had a very thorough discussion of how to pronounce their name, and had to ultimately look it up on the wiki.
I'll just say I don't know. It's like I don't know.
I think that is right.
I think
We used to say
Kaed or Kai. Yeah.
I think it is Kaed, actually. We're gonna look it up actually. We're gonna.
I mean,
Yeah,
come
make
on,
sure.
Cade's easier to say. If you're playing, you're not trying to pronounce it right. You want to say
Yeah.
it fastest. So
Yeah.
everybody calls him Cade.
Doesn't matter, but some fun casual siege to throw into this competitive series.
EKU will find that opening to take onto that Valkyrie. So that's huge, and now they're droning it out, and they're seeing that once again this connector side is being surrendered to them now. But the big difference from the last round is if you notice the clock is now much lower. They got over here with 2 minutes left in the round, but they're just now entering connector side with a minute left. They are going to be pressed for time at this rate.
Yeah, they're gonna have to play fast, but that droning was pretty good. That should let them play a little faster. They figured out what the Wamai is. They figured out what the Legion was, or their gadgets. I should clarify. It seems that player was finding every single whip.
Kiwi hit up every gadget utility electrical.
Does Legion have the GUI? Are they called GUI mines?
Goo mines, yeah.
GUI mines, yeah. Ooh, sniper shot. Gets punished for it, unfortunately.
Yeah, EKU are about to realize that they're going to have to go desperation mode. They're not going to open that connector to the site wall. So they're going to have to go for these picks, which they're winning their gunfight so far. You go to Fenrir, and he's got to do this, though.
This could be perfect plant. Fenrir is not punishing it. Oh, switching it over could have been a risky play, but it works out.
Attackers are activating the diffuser.
Yeah, bomb will go down 2v2 post plant.
Ooh. When that smoke clears,
Defenders have eyes on the
or
diffuser.
not.
Attackers
In
need
a
to
rat
protect it.
spot there, prone in the middle of the site.
Yeah.
As soon as the smoke dissipates, he gets one. Now they've got a 2v1 on this last guy. They should be manageable. For EKU again, K-Bomb posted up outside. Really safe. You go a little more pressed up, but really just going to waste time here and get the pick.
Wow. Great confidence from EKU. Wasn't even worried about Infecto Man being down. They had full confidence that they would be able to hold those angles, prevent diffuse. Looking really good on attacking.
Yeah, much better. They slowed down there, but they made the adaptation to just go for the gunfights, get aggressive, and force your way in. They could not get that server wall opened up, so you saw them get aggressive, funnel through that electrical door, but it worked out. Capital fired, kind of almost messed up the plant there. I think that's why he had to get off, is because he got fired by his teammate. But the smokes did get the plant down by providing the coverage for that really off spot for the plant. And ultimately, EKU, they made the right adaptations off of their mistakes, which sometimes can be the difference maker.
Attackers need to locate and defuse
Got their
bombs.
second attack for laps, which is really good pace.
Okay, so I thought Hugo Rave swapped to recruit, and then I forgot that's an actual operator.
Yeah, they reworked that recruit, so
Yeah.
you've got two normal secondary gadgets you can choose instead of just one. That's kind of the main idea. So it's gonna be for a utility purpose for sure. If they're gonna bring.
Very
Striker.
interesting. How does ECAC view
10 seconds.
recruit
10 seconds to
swaps?
go.
Because I know, like, playing the game online, the
5 seconds left.
the kind of like hush hush conversation around swapping for recruits, kind of like a flex pick.
Defuse a bomb.
It's kind of seen as like a BM kind of thing. I don't know if there's actual like
No,
reason.
at this point in the comp scene, it's really valid to run them for utility purposes because again,
Wow.
the competitive side of the game, utility can be the difference maker, and so they're going to be bringing him for utility here.
EKU is getting very greedy. Oh, it gets K trapped again. We have everyone over here.
Yeah,
So if it doesn't work out, then I don't know what we're gonna do.
Reloading.
I hate to say it, but
Team kill.
Diffuser has been
everything's
dropped.
going wrong for EKU here. Got a team kill going on because we've got all 5 players stacked. Looks like with the Ying, they might have been wanting to go for a rush on the site, but getting K tricked off that main wall, it's not going to work. These guys need to realize, hey, you know, unless we want to funnel into Animus, like this probably isn't going to happen.
They're gonna go for it again, and let's see if Cade
Ooh, the second
has
K call,
anything.
or the second EMP actually saved it.
Oh, the
Aggressive
C4, the nitro sub.
Changing mags.
That was poetry in motion with that bird's eye cams there.
Even when there was a little bit of hope there that EKU might pull off what they wanted, the C4 comes out. But again, no Ying. They're just not going to have the manpower and the utility to go for a rush like this now, but they might be committed to it considering where everybody's posted up.
Ooh, that could have been a good kill, but recoil against that, so there's shots there. Oh, it swung on stairs.
Yeah, K-Bomb went for that X-Factor play for a second layer of pressure, but he got picked out. And now Serpent in another 1v5. He's got a little time to work with, though, if he can isolate some of these 1v1s.
Bobcat is a sneeze away from death right now. Don't know how they're doing it. They have been the sole defender. Serpent gets another one low, but is not allowed to clutch.
Bobcat really running a one-man army there. K tricking, the C4. Looks like EKU's biggest issue is they are not aware that the operator Maverick exists. I hate to say it, but when Thatcher's banned and you're gonna be K tricking, you know that if Thatcher's banned, K's up. You gotta expect the K trick. And in that case, it's much better to just bring the Mav. I don't know if it's because EKU just haven't like practiced with having a Mav player, but Maverick is the operator that they need to be bringing for these attacks when they know that this K is going to be getting value. But it looks like they're just sticking to their thermite, their ace, but having trouble with the EMPs
Attackers need to
and
locate
stopping
and
those K
defuse the
claws.
bomb.
Yeah. Does anyone bandit trick anymore? Or
Yeah, bandit tricking is definitely still valid. Cade Bandit can kind of do similar things.
it depends on map and site, I guess. Or
Yeah, also Cade brings that shotgun, so maybe they want to do some like site setup with the Cade as well. I like bandit tricking a little more than Cade tricking personally, but
Same.
if you're wanting that shotgun for site setup, and also it's a little harder to clear the Cade claws than it is to clear the bandit batteries like from like below, because you can place the Cade claws a little more
5 seconds
creatively.
left before
Yeah.
That
insertion.
could also factor into why they
Yeah,
want
that's
to bring
fair.
Cade.
Attackers are heading out.
We see
to
the
defuse
blitz now
bomb.
from Serpent, which we saw it work initially back on Skyscraper, so I wonder what they will cook up with the blitz here for maps.
Yeah, but Blitz was spawn kill on Kiwi. That's gotta hurt. Vigil will take some damage at least.
Yeah, they might have been trying to go for that zero from underneath to zap the Cade claws, but he gets punished before he can even get the gadget off.
Yeah, it always hurts. Seems like we might be able to punish this player. Yeah, get some shots on them, but couldn't finish the job. This has created a decent opportunity for EKU to push into the building from roof, but
Yeah, Serpent being down there on the garage entrance with the blitz, if you're gonna have a shield there, you want to run the Montane. This is what I expect from seeing blitz here. Jumping in this rafter window fast to pressure this top rafter guy. And That's definitely going to be the plan here with Serpent.
Yeah, it seems like Ace might be here to kind of be the distraction to get Blitz in.
Yep.
This could work out really well, especially since Serpent did get some pretty good plays on Blitz last game. Ace gets called out, but not completely dead at least.
Good timing from EKU to send the Blitz in off of the injure, because they know that he was shooting at the guy bottom garage. So now they are in, but like playing games with the IT defenders here.
Yeah. I mean, this could be a perfect opportunity now that we have free intel to send in someone else.
Swapping mags.
At least we have K-Bomb back up. And there goes Serpent.
Really seeing why not getting that IT wall is hurting EKU here, because all of their pressure is coming from Raptors and they're just getting cooked. If that IT wall was open, none of these defenders
Just
would be
throwing kills at Bobcat there.
just farming EKU.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, well, this one thing about this map is walls are very important, getting these walls open, and EKU just don't look like they are capable of adjusting to the stature band to get these walls open, and it's costing them. Getting the 2 rounds early on attack might end up being huge here, because they are struggling beyond those.
Yeah, I can definitely see how Maverick would help out a lot here. Definitely might be an operator EKU White could look into.
Yeah, we will see Kitchen now. So we saw UPRM, they got smoked. Maybe not smoked, they got beat on their first 2 command attacks. They then proceeded to
Attackers need to locate and defuse
to
as many
play
bombs as they can.
basement, and now they're going to be over at kitchen. So we'll have to see. A lot of teams go storage as a third site, but again, kitchen also still valid. With labs, all 4 sites are fairly valid. So we're gonna have to see EKU's kitchen attacks. They're bringing that ram this time for some vertical pressure.
Also got the gridlock for some space control.
Right, grid and nomad. So they're most likely gonna go for the minimum here. They're probably gonna get in above, get meeting, but gridlock and air jab off the rest of the top 4 so they can work fast
5 seconds to go.
on this minimum pressure of kitchen.
Definitely some
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
some deep thinking from EKU. Another spawn peak potential could be happening as opponent was outdoors. Luckily, no one gets hurt.
Outdoors that defenders can jump out and get safely at the beginning of the round.
Wow.
That's probably what's going on. They're doing
I'm
kitchen attack.
reloading.
So far, so good. Seems to be a passive start.
Loading new mags.
No one is really. Kiwi goes down, unfortunately. As UPRM is just swiftly trying to stop us from getting into the building.
Yeah, this is going to be a major problem for EKU moving forward in this round. They lost their RAM. The whole purpose of this vertical control is to get that vertical pressure open with the RAM. Effectoman managing to equalize might help them a little bit, but they're gonna need a lot of help here to adjust for having no RAM for the vertical.
Effectoman flashes himself, but does not care. Gets in, breaks a cam, but is under heavy fire. Great kill from K-Bomb. Also putting out the gridlock. Covered their tracks. Unfortunately, Serpent goes down. Ooh, is that a? I thought that was a wall bang for a second there.
Looks like it for a second. Yeah, you go now in a 1v3. They
Oh,
just EKU not getting the pressure that they wanted.
between the legs.
Just getting boldly here on these angles. Up the pressure.
Yeah, it was looking good for a second there, but it definitely seemed like EKU got shook up quite a bit on that last round. As soon as Ram went down, Bobcat has 7 kills, the highest in the lobby. They have definitely been putting in the work on UPRM. Pretty balanced elsewhere.
Yeah, Bobcat has been a huge factor for UPRM, especially just on his ability to K trick really, really stuffing EKU. And once again, we see the Cali, we see the Capital, most likely EMPs.
Defenders,
See
protect your
the
bomb by
Zero.
being defused by
They're
attackers.
again gonna want to try to use these EMPs to clear the K cost, but so far Bobcat's been able to trick them out of it. And without the Maverick here again, it's gonna be hard for EKU to get these walls open the way they'd like to.
I'd see a Lion, which doesn't really solve our wall problem, but could help get them some speed, because that kind of seems like another area that we're struggling with right now, especially like last rounds where it was fairly clear, even droned it out. But as soon as they got that early pick, the entire team rushed to punish. So
Attackers have located a bomb.
we'll see how it goes. Going in through basement, it looks like, or the whatever rotate this is, not basement.
Yeah, they're gonna get exterior walls here on the basement, but again, we see the tricks coming out. Will EKU be able to win
Oh
this
my goodness. Let's try it for the second time. Oh, it looks like Serpent baited.
Yeah, they're actually trying to bait the Cade Claws to destroy them with Cali, but Cade should be able to place them in a position where the Cali's not going to destroy the claws. Yeah.
So is that two? That's two so far? One more?
I think that's Kiwi's last Cali, and Bobcat's still got a Cade Claw. Yep.
all right. Wrap it up. Go into the other one.
We know
Lion
Cade on that
comes
wall,
out.
the silver wall.
That Lion might have been a little mistimed. We have everyone here. This could be a great rush on the site.
Yep, that's what they're gonna do. They're just gonna go straight in here. Ying, Capital Fire, Smokes. They could pull this off if UPRM don't have the right vertical pressure. You're also gonna have to watch for C4s. C4s can go huge here.
Dual Mize.
C4 need to replace them immediately to try to keep that bomb going down off the smokes, but don't know if that's gonna happen.
Ooh, K-Bomb looking away at the worst times. Almost gets contest, but in the end, 1v3 for Kiwi. Anything is possible, does not have the right reticle placement.
Yeah, unfortunate for EKU there. They almost looked like they had a chance there to go for the plan, but you gotta expect the C4 there, and fortunately they weren't able to stop the C4s from coming out.
Yeah.
And clean them up from there.
Those Wamais just got insta-punished for throwing out all of the utility there. That definitely seemed like a what should we call it? Just like a full-in rush, just throw in everything in our last attacking rounds, just to see what happens, which might show that EKU's map knowledge was not enough to get them through their attacking rounds, but hopefully we feel more comfortable on defense on this map.
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing was just the lack of the Maverick play there with the action man. But being honest, EKU getting those 2 early rounds was really important. Labs is a little defender-sided, so 2-4 attack split from EKU is not the end of the world. This is expected for Labs. Kind of even playing field now as EKU transitions to defense. And now they're going to have the Cade at their fingertips. They're going to bring Tub here. We're going to see if EKU are able to maintain these walls the way that EPRM were against them.
Yeah, we got the Azami. We were talking earlier that if she's not banned, might as well use her. So this might give us an edge on the defense rounds. Also using the Cade as revenge, so that's fun to see.
Yep.
And if UPRM does try to kind of take some jabs at us about the Cade tricks and stuff, we also have Tubero, which is effectively a similar operator that could give us extra cancels.
I think the big factor for UPRM here is how do they use this Montane? When you see a Montaigne up here, you usually see a more garage-sided or blue-sided push from the attack. It looks like they might use him to go for this lurker downstairs.
Yeah, K-Bomb is completely by themselves. Won't be getting any help if the worst happens here. And yep, gets the flash, sends in the Monty.
Yeah, looks like they are full committed to killing K-Bomb here.
Ooh. They're doing a great job of playing off Monty Shield. They have to be able to watch both players in case he disables the shield. Goes for pistol.
I will say K-Bomb wasting a lot of time down there is going to be really big. Making the Montaigne come clear him below is less space that Montaigne can take upstairs, but 2 picks coming out from UPRM on their, looks like, electrical and connector presence. They are just ripping through these site players now.
Yeah, but B site is, there's just no hope of holding it down now. K-Bomb does get a kill, but has to, ooh, almost gets the legs. That could have been huge, but unfortunately now I have to deal with the annoyance of Montaigne and all of the other players. Does put in some shots though.
Yeah, great round there from UPRM. They spent a lot of time getting that lurk player from below out, but then their presence on meeting connector side and electrical, I'm not sure what happened for EKU, but their side players just got farmed.
Yeah.
Don't know if it was,
quick.
again, being overextended or too aggressive or swinging, but they were getting ripped apart on some gunfights there, and UPRM just capitalized once those first 2 players dropped and they flooded the site.
Could be fun to see some Deimos action entering the series for the first time. I think this operator is really cool in concept, but they're also kind of like a selfish character. They don't have a lot of team play from what I can tell.
Well, the big thing with Deimos on the team play is, although only the player himself can see where that defender is, he can communicate it to his team and play off of it.
Oh, I see.
Even though it's not universal like a Jackal track, it's going to be live, and so you can give live updates, almost like a drone, an additional few drones on a specific player. And then, of course, yeah, there's that individual factor of having walls on the guy that you're taking a 1v1 with. He can see you too, but
Yeah.
Deimos is just an amazing roam clear operator right now in the meta, and they will certainly
Interesting.
use that. We see the ram, we see the fuse, which will likely be hitting from above. UPRM definitely wanting to go for some vertical presence here on this attack, as opposed to EKU going for just the minimum exterior presence.
So Deimos has kind of like taken over, what was that, operator Solaris, who is also used similarly, the one that could see gadgets, kind of like an IQ, but was used a lot for intel on where attackers were setting up.
I know you got Solus on defense, which can see
yeah.
They can see the attacker gadgets like drones and whatnot. We saw EKU run that earlier in this match, but Deimos really took over like Jack and what he brought to the table. We see, again, this roam playing out quick here. 3 bodies dropped. They got the Deimos out of the picture, but K-Bomb and Kiwi getting dropped on the roam in trade for that. Going 1 for 2 there's not ideal. And the fuse actually downing the effector man.
And they get the finish through the same method. Hopefully we have good enough angles here to clutch up, because they're not anywhere near sight yet, but they are coming in fast.
Definitely doable if they communicate on what they're holding and try to isolate some of these picks. Like this guy on cargo stairs would be good to isolate right now, because you know he's alone. You could try to work that pick and make the rest of the round more manageable. Serpent playing it pretty passive though.
Yeah, they have a soft wall at least, but like you said, they have to communicate fast. And now you have no communication. Completely onto Yugo Rave. The fate of this round.
Gets one. So 1v3 now, and looks like there's a guy in tank already. Now they're dropping solo. It's like one EXO, 2 tank. They've split the presence here. Yugo could isolate this EXO guy and have a 1v2 on tank.
Attackers activating.
Now the time is really ticking here. Gets a great kill and throws just in time to reset the angle.
Yugo definitely had a chance there and good plays. He didn't quite catch the Nomad, but he did catch one tank player. Kind of came down to the wire there.
Yeah, that was really well played from him, but man, just so sad to see. Looking at a 6-2 uphill battle. Has to win 4 rounds in a row to go into overtime in order to take this match. The series is all up to this one round. Let's see if EKU can start the climb and really bring this back. But is that Oryx?
Yeah, Oryx. Last time we saw the Solus that K-Bomb played, so it's apparently he's going for these real lurk-heavy operators so that he can kind of run around and be a menace. And this time the Oryx maybe to combat the Montaigne. Since the Montaigne jumped in on him the last round.
Fair.
Might be what he has in mind here.
Unfortunately, Montaigne is not in play at the moment.
Right. So, again, all he'd really be good for is hopping up a hatch, but really the only hatch that can kind of hop up here is in sight, so not
10
really
seconds to
the...
insertion.
Oryx has always been like the fun pick,
5 seconds
and
remaining.
there's usually just somebody better that can do what an Oryx can,
Attackers
except
are
for that hard
moving
counter to
bomb.
shields, but it's like, yeah, it's hard to tell whether this was a strategic play or this might be our last round for the entire series, so let's go out with a bang. Either way, let's hope it works out for EKU.
Yeah, definitely not out of reach though, because Lab's defense can be huge to win here, and not too difficult. And yeah, K-Bomb playing the same place, likely anticipated the Montaigne, brought the Oryx, but they entered from another room.
All
Very
right.
interesting kill.
Thankfully, UPRM evens the odds for us.
I don't see a Flores team kill very much. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, it's hard to say whether that was intentional or not. Still looking at,
Attackers are
oh,
dropping
never
bomb.
mind. Evens it back up.
Yeah, 3v3, but EKU have given UPRM a ton of space. All of EKU that's left are all kind of bunkered to the site. UPRM basically have 2 minutes to be patient here, to wait for EKU to make a mistake, to clear out these spots. They have way too much time to work with for EKU to feel good about this 3v3. But if they manage to hold the right things, play crosses with each other, it's definitely still doable. And as you can see, UPRM slowing down now, taking their time. They know they've got time. They're going to drum these guys out, see what they can work with, and decide who they want to isolate, what execute they want to go for here.
Flores just going for it, and it actually works out. Hopefully we can punish them for going in alone into sight like this. Serpent waiting for the angle, but
Attackers dropped the
does ultimately get it, thankfully. L's not looking good, but it doesn't matter. Serpent gets another, and this looks like a pretty decent round.
They've managed to bring it back to a 2v1. What's going to be imperative here is that these guys can hold a 2v1 crossfire. They know this guy's rafters. This side is all about crossfires. If they just hold a crossfire on this guy, they win the round.
Only 40 seconds left. As long as they get this intel. Ooh.
Effectoman giving him a 1. That's the opening that they did not want to give.
Come on, Serpent. You've won 1v5s. Surely you can win this 1v1. Oh! The reflexes. Wow. Both players struggling to get these kills.
15 seconds to go.
Unfortunate peak from Serpent. And that will be the series.
Yeah, EKU looking like they're getting their first dose of some competition here on stream. And Man, they really could not handle UPRM, especially UPRM's wall control here on labs. That was a huge X factor that we saw.
Not sure what that little little statement meant, but I'm gonna throw it over to intermission here. Yeah, it was good to see some camaraderie there, especially towards the end. Just a fun little match for everybody involved. While this was a loss for EKU, I feel like it was just really good practice. I mean, I think a lot of the advice we were both giving was kind of like easy to identify. A lot of the like lack in adaptation, I feel like is the biggest, especially with the comedic timing of the Cade tricks. That was like, I could not believe what I was watching, but they know better than I do, but I feel like that was definitely where we lost that last match.
Yeah. I think big takeaway is EKU, they seem to have really good game plans, but when there was just a slight disruption or a slight adaptation that would throw their game plan off, they were not able to adapt. And that's what we lost. Like if Thatcher was up, they most likely would have done what they wanted to do on those attacks, but Thatcher was banned and they did not know how to adapt to that with a Maverick. So really I think game plans there, if they can tweak some adaptations, we probably would have seen a much stronger game out of EKU, and it's a good time for this to happen, knowing that they've already got playoffs and ECAC locked up. This was having some competition now is a good wake up call to prepare for playoffs, which will come up before too long.
Yeah, the best practice you can get is when you are uncomfortable and you got to try out new things that you haven't put in the practice in. So it was really good for EKU White to do some things they weren't familiar with. But unfortunately, that's all the gameplay we got, so we got to wrap up stream now. Is there any other closing statements you have from EKU White as the legendary Think?
Yeah, guys, I'm a little disappointed, but I have faith that y'all can dial in and keep getting better. I think y'all are going to run that division, but let's just take away some learn experience here and learn to adapt a little bit, and let's remember that Maverick's on the board. Maverick is an option.
Yeah, you heard it. You heard it from your sensei. Take those words of advice for your next match, which will be next week. Hopefully we will see from EKU White again, but if not, Rainbow Six Siege next Monday, probably going to be EKU Maroon. So thank you all for watching, for all those who did, and yeah, we will see you all next week, or maybe even tomorrow with Rocket League, as long as things go as planned. Once again, thank you, and bye-bye.